Hi everyone, it's Dali here. Very excited to be bringing you the new collection. Let me see if I can see myself first on here anywhere. Let's have a look. Must be going live somewhere. I think it's just taking a few seconds. Probably talking to myself. Oh, I think something's just happened. Let me have a look. Ooh, haven't come up yet, I don't think. I'm not on my group. Am I on somebody else's group? Oh, okay. I can't see me on me. Let's have a quick. Let's do a refresh. Just talking to myself, really. Here. Pauses. There's 5 people are already joined, and I can't see any of you yet. But anyway, I'm just going to refresh. Technology for you. Here we are, a new activity, supposedly. Better turn my volume down because you know what it's like. I don't want to hear myself. There we go. Much better. Right. Hi, Liz. I've just written to you. Oh, I don't think I've turned my volume down, have I? Oh, God, it's worse. Hear my voice. Hi, Jill. Hi, Dali. Okay, so got a few people coming asking for a few things. Right. Right, is everything okay? Yeah, you're okay, Jill says. Well, there's a few of you here, so I hope you're all well. And thank you very much for all those who have already ordered the collection. It's amazing to see that you're liking it. And the sun's shining here. Hi, Gloria. So, before we get a few more of you on board, hi Min. So, I was just going to say, firstly, congratulations to those who won the Pink Challenge this month. So, that was Liz Marsden from the UK and Art Angel. Yay! And they put some great entries. Have a look on the DaliART Market and Pentart Creations pages. And then in the Canada, we had Royette Jensen and we had Gail Bates. So congratulations, ladies, for some beautiful pieces. And you just need to get in contact. I know Liz has already been in contact with me for the Create Art Ink workshop, which is taking place on the 16th of May. So if anybody who hasn't signed up for that, please have a look at the website and do sign up for that because it will be absolutely beautiful and Pip will be running that. And we do have another one, which is the Rustic Paris one, also on the 30th of May, and we are currently working on some more. So so that should be it. So that's one announcement, and the colour for May is green. Green's my favourite colour, and I know it's a few of other people's favourite colours. I think Brit's favourite colour is green as well, but it's but I just wanted to say I haven't done anything yet, but I will be making something with it. Sort of my project today with you guys is actually green. I'm going to maybe even say that's green. So I want to say a big thank you to Jill Humphrey of the Crafty Surgeon, because she has done lots of samples and will be showcasing them over the number of days with the Timeless, and as you know, a lot of the other collections as well that we are either working on or have already brought out. So I just want to say a big thank you for all the hard work. And I know even with poorly wrist, she has managed to create. So there's passion for you. So hi Pip, hi Charlie. So yeah, so what I want to do today is I'm just going to quickly, for anybody who hasn't seen the collection, I'm just very quickly going to go through the collection, show you some samples, and just let you know what you're going to get. So firstly, there is this beautiful Timeless stencil. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's A5. We've put the little hole in the top so you can see exactly what that looks like. Absolutely beautiful. So you've got some musical notes there. You've got some, pull this bit out. Oh, there we go. Sometimes that happens when they get cut.
So you can use parts of it, you can just use the roses, you can use the clock framework. That's the beauty of it. It is a timeless stencil. So I have to say a big thank you to Hobbylicious for this. They work with the book designs and they come up with these beautiful creative stencils for us. It's great to know. They are great in terms of the quality and also in terms of the sort of elements in here, how many different elements you get, not only flowers, clocks, notes, lines, dots, it just goes on, doesn't it? And I'll be using that today and I will be showing you what I'm going to be doing. So you get the stencil, you also get this beautiful A6 stamp. Oh, talking about A6 stamps, I have to say, I was going to say, I've nearly forgotten who I was going to say then. We had a beautiful Rosalie. That's the name I kept on saying, Royette. Rosalie, who is absolutely brilliant at mixed media. She has basically started with us about probably 6 months, maybe a year, and she's actually done some beautiful pieces. And I've watched the journey and it is absolutely amazing, but she's just done a beautiful timeless piece. She's very lucky because she's on our doorstep and she was able to collect the collection a little bit earlier, but everybody else's collection who's ordered is on its way. So, and there's the stamp, and I know she used the stamp, but it is absolutely beautiful. I really say, please go and have a look. So, this is a beautiful stamp. Again, the way we design the stamps, Pip and I look at them and we think we want to put lots of elements in there. We bring them all as one because a lot of people have difficulty creating collages, but also the way you can do it is you can use bits of these, you can cut these out, you can layer them. There's just so many different ways and they are absolutely beautiful, and they work as standalone stamps but also with the books as well, as you can see the elements of them. And then I've got the 3 rice papers. I'll do those first. Absolutely beautiful. So you've got the timeless one, which is the main image in the book. You've got time cogs, which is also an image in the book, but absolutely beautiful, really lovely, and you can actually use these in lots of ways. And I've also done some circles which make beautiful coasters, but they also make great balls. They make great focal points on cards. They're just really lovely to work with, and you get 6 elements there, so you know they're like toppers as well. And great on front of a notebook, or if you just want to use a small element. So those are those 3. And then finally, the beautiful pad. So let me just go through the pad. The pad is 200 GSM. It's acid-free. It's double-sided. And you can see it's beautiful. It's a matte finish. If any of you have not used our papers before, it's absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Alison. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And you can see that's one of the rice papers that I was just talking about. But I don't know if you can see all the detail. There's layer upon layer upon layer. So when we're creating these, we really want to create this illusion of something being nearly 3D, but also the layers and the colours and what you want to capture from those designs. So, you know, you can use them as strips, you can use them as whole designs, you can use them as mirror images. It's really up to yourselves. But they're all really beautiful. So you can just see, you know, obviously we do give you a few plain designs, but they're all, and those obviously match the rice papers, so if you wanted to do something different. Again, I love this page. I love all the pages. I would do, wouldn't I? So you can see, I've used her in a card. I'll be showing you that in a second. And again, all the layers that we've worked with. There's just so many layers and layers and layers. It takes a long time to create a pad when you do this many layers. I love this page, absolutely love it. One of my favourites actually. And you can see they're just all different. And you get these are lovely if you're doing little thank you notelets, little tags, little pockets for your mini books, any of those. Hi Art Angel, congratulations for a place on one of the workshops. It's not a problem to be late. And thank you for your orders as well. So they're on their way. So you can see we've got some beautiful ones there. Yeah. We also, there's 3 ShokART sisters. And one of the little ShokART sisters, she's not so little. I don't mean like in size
by the way, before I offend anyone, as in age. And she loves jigsaw pieces. And so Pip and I thought, you know what? It's very mixed media, it's very trendy, and I do love jigsaw pieces. And I haven't done a project yet, but I will do a project using the jigsaw pieces. That is a challenge for me. And as you can see, I mean, you need to buy 2 books, because if you use one side, you're going to be like, oh no, I want to keep the other side, if you're anything like me. If you're like Pip, she'll be going, no, I don't want to cut it, I don't want to cut it. So, I know there's a few of us like that. But, you know, in the UK, this whole collection is £28, under £30. And, you know, to be honest, for that, you get so much. And it's unique. It's only available, this range, on DaliART Market and also on Pentart Creations in Canada. So, you know, please, you know, do support us. We're a small business, and all of your support is much appreciated.
Here.
So,
Here.
here. Oh yes, my Councillor Griffin says here. Right, let me show you what we've got. Today it was freezing, and so Paul and I put the heat up, and now I'm like as if I'm in a sauna. So, just bear with me, I'm going to put my little jacket. Yeah. So the sun's come out all of a sudden here.
Lots of people will vote.
Yeah, so Paul's got his election today, so he's been voted his votes. So I'm going to just show you very quickly a few examples before I start. Yes, that's true, Jill. Yes, the A3s have been the big large pads have been so successful, and I think sometimes when you've got lots, you don't find it so bad. But yes, you're right, it's always hard to cut into any of these. Right, so where do I start? I did a few, I haven't had much time to play with the collection, I have to be honest, but I've done a few examples just to quickly show you. So this is just using the stencil just as it is and embossed. This is the stamp, which is absolutely beautiful, and you won't know this, but there is another stamp behind this, which will be coming out in June. And you'll see it. It's in the background. Can't tell you about it. But then I've overstamped it. It's just a bit of a teaser. Same in this one. But just look at that. Just distress inks. This is just doing a planner page. And you can just see how beautiful these are and how they come out. And each time you do it, it's different. So, you know, don't look at your stamps and think, oh, what should I do with them? How should I use them? So if you just want to use a part of the stamp, I've done some cards just using the part of the stamp. So you can just see the girl there. So you can just use a part of the stamp and just stamp partly. So remember I showed you in the book, there was the page of the girl, just half of her. So I've just done this, and I absolutely love it because it's just a simple DL card, really lovely to give to somebody. And it's just really nice, very simple detail on there. I've also used the stamps from the previous collections, so you can see the Art Create stamp, the Moment stamp, and I've also used the stamp from this collection with the girl. Yeah, so that's an example there. Now you can just take the designs as they are, just mat and layer them, and you've got a beautiful gift card. You've got a really nice gift. You don't need to do anything to them. If you want to do more to them, you can, but they're already ready for you to work with. In terms of go ahead. Okay, I did another stencil here, sort of very different for me, but it's sort of like I don't know what to describe it, it's sort of shiny, metal, waxy, rustic. So it could be a green competition, couldn't it? Just wanted to share that with you. Then I started on this little box, which I haven't done much more, but just put the paper in it. So can you just see, I haven't done anything, nothing at all. And yet, just with that, it's looking like $1 million. So you can see how easy it is to create all these little things so easily from these. And then I've got another one here, which is slightly bigger, and you can just see all I've done is take one sheet. This is actually loose still. Just take one sheet of the paper and just cut it. So I cut the center out, and then I fussy cut all the rest. And I've got 3 circles here. And it makes this beautiful page. This would look lovely on top of a box.
You can make it into a little shaker box if you wanted to. But can you see how easy? I've just crackled a circle here, put 2 black circles here, and it's just created this beautiful layered, textured piece. Now you could put this onto a canvas and do more crackle over it. You could add more elements to it, but that's how I've kept it. But just to let you know. Thank you, Blanche, that's lovely. So that's all really, really nice. I do love this. I'll show you the page actually. You can see how easy it is to create these. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. So all I did was cut this centre bit out and then fussy cut these. And that's all I've done. So you can see the key. And I've moved these leaves slightly up to there so I could put the word journal in. But that's it. And that's as easy as it gets. So you could create that again, maybe in your... so if anybody hasn't seen it, it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I've been a little bit busy, but not too busy. I would like to be doing more, but I always get distracted, as most of you will know. Right, what is it all about today then? Well, I'm going to be using the stencil. Look at this. Don't know where my little journal word is, but we won't worry about that now. But this could be a cover. It's just a bit of chipboard. You could use a good stereo box. And I'm going to show you how to do this today. So, thank you. So, there we go. So, this is really, I think it was really easy, but I probably won't know how I did it. I just only did it yesterday. So, I've got another one here. So, it's going to be the back. Basically, I'm making that the back cover. Okay, so firstly, let me just tell you, so I know Pip's very good at going through everything with you, and I'm just like, I just run before I even walk. That was my fast running noise, by the way. Right, the ingredients I've used is I've just used Stone Effect, which is the anthracite. Absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you how nice it is to work with Stone Effect if you've never worked with it. I'm using the Earthy Brown matte paint. I've got a different lid on it because I don't know what I've done with the other lid. It's a country green. I've got the olive wax, and you can use any beige, but I happen to have this open, so I'm using this one, which is KAL 53 by Stamperia. So you could have used a different beige if you wanted to. But this is what I'm using today. Oh, and not last but not least, oil paint, which is the Terra one by Stamperia as well. So getting everything on my face, hands and everything. So let's get started. I loved doing this because I've not really done anything like this before. And I thought, this is a bit different. And it's a texture. And you could do this on a bigger level or whatever. Right, let's get started because I'm just going to play, aren't I? Right, the first thing I did was, I did the beige and the green. So you could choose different colours. I've just gone with these colours. It just happens to be the colours I chose. I've got a show on the 3rd of June on Create and Craft, and these are some of the products we're taking on. So it was a sample as well for me. But you could do it with any colour. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on my mat. Okay, and then I've got the green also here. Okay, so just take your brush and just take that straight on. Now, if you've got a piece of card or something, or you're using chipboard or MDF, you might want to prime it. It's up to you. I'm not worried if I do or don't. If you want to add a little bit of water to this just to make it a little bit more smoother, then you can as well. It just helps because the brush is obviously very dry. And I want to smudge these colours in together. I am not thinking about this. I'm not doing it in stripe in terms of green and then beige or anything like that. And make sure you don't dip your brush in like I do. Okay, so all I'm doing is just taking those colours. I want to cover all this to create this background I'm going to create at the back. That's my first step. Oh, that will 5-foot canvas. That's as tall as me. Wow, that would be lovely. I haven't worked on a big piece for ages. These two colours work so well together. So it's really nice to see. And you know, you can play with this. Just take a cereal box or something and just play. You don't have to worry too much about what your background is like. But obviously we want a little bit of the green, we want a little bit. The colours why I've chosen these was the colours which are in the book actually, so I could use this for my green challenge. But even like that, it looks amazing, I have to say. And we've not done anything, we've used two colours. Okay. A bit more green on there. Over here. And so just put more. So you could use whatever colours you wanted to use. Like I said, I'm using these colours because they're on a show for me, so it makes it easier for me. But also they do match the book. So there we go. And I do love the way all the paints work together. So these are both matte. Obviously you could do this with your creamies, you could do this with any of your other acrylic paints. You don't need to always have these, but these are beautiful. These will match your whole book as well. So, and all I've done is I've done a really good coverage on that. If you miss bits, it's not the end of the world, I have to say. Try not to put your hands into it like I do. Right. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm just going to put my brush into water. Okay, so that's the green and the beige done. So you can see it's very, very random. Bits of green, bits of... Now if you wanted it to be more different, you know, more shades of green, you could do that. So I'm going to do a quick blast. Okay, you can see I've still got bits of white, but I'm not worried. Right, the next thing I did was I took this lovely green wax. It's a coloured wax, it's different. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep this green, so that, see, that's why I say it would work for my... And I'm just going to put it on randomly, more so on the edges, because that's where I want it to peel back. I'm using it as a resist. Okay. Hi Judith, hi Kay, lovely to have you on board. So if anybody hasn't signed up for the online classes, please do so. We've got one running on the 16th of May and one running on the 30th of May. They're all on Pip and I's websites, so please go and have a look. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit of the wax and just randomly, again, it's very random, my thought process here. Don't want too much. And I've got it all in my nails. You could use a brush, by the way. I've just chosen to do a really messy finish as usual. So I just want it in bits, but I don't want it everywhere. So it is random. Okay. Must have had a bit of brown paint on my finger as well. That's enough. I'll be covering it all by this rate. The resist all over it. Okay, so we've used the two paints and we've used that. Let's try and get some of this. My hands get so mucky. Okay, so once we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the Earthy Brown now. So let me get this. Got my brush. I really loved doing this technique. Hiya! Saria, nice to have you on board. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm taking the brown, I'm just putting it on. Try and put it on a little bit thicker, because otherwise you're just going to take the wax with you. Okay, don't worry about this too much. Just go with it. Okay. if you ever have a, you know, you think, oh my God, just start again. Take primer. Primer's your friend. Or gesso, whichever one you call it. Yeah. That always will give you back where you started. Okay, that's I've only just cleaned my mat. Whoops. Okay, so let me go into here. I've got a bit of water on my brush, which I'm not worried about. So just doing it lightly over the top. I don't want to miss any bits. There we go. So that's all I had to do. I'll give that a quick blast again. Okay, so once you've done that, take a baby wipe or a damp cloth if you don't have baby wipes, which I know some people don't like to. So just take those. And then rub back whatever you want to rub back. Just wipe some of this off. I'm covered in stuff, you know. Right, let me just do it. So all I'm going to do is, not all of it, but just some of it, okay? Because I want to keep some of it. So, but you'll know wherever I've got the green wax, I'm going to get this really beautiful look, okay? Oops. You don't have to rub too hard. You sort of know where you've put it, so you know. I love this effect. Yeah? It's really like, you know, that wooden sort of background. So you could use this for different effects, but this is just the effect that I'm going for today. Okay, that's probably as good as I want it, and I can't seem to get much more off it anyway. Okay, so it just means you can see that it won't actually, it'll be fine. You won't take off more than you think you will. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to introduce a little bit more beige into that. Okay, just a tiny weeny bit, not too much. A little bit of the green again. So let's put that on. There we go. Not too much. Got a bit of a wet brush. I'm just going to come in, go over it again, but not too much. It's just to create these layers. Yeah. Then take your baby wipe again. Give it a little bit of a dry, not too much. If you give it too much, it's going to dry on it. Yeah. So. I'm just going to rub little bits of that off, but not all of it. So what it's done is it's taken my brown back a bit more, and where you want it a little bit light, darker again, you can do that. Yeah? Okay. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to add a little bit of green. Just bring a few little stripes of green into that. Just to break that brown up, but I still want the textures that I've created. I'm quite happy with that now. A little bit more beige. There we go. So, give that a bit of a blast. I just love this effect. I don't know why I do, but I do. And I just think it's really lovely. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this beautiful oil paint. And I'm just going to go over the top again. Okay, I'm not too worried because I'm going to just take it over the top because I want that bit of warmth in it. I'm just taking it with my fingers, just take it across. And it's just going to add a little bit more warmth, that's all. It's adding warmth, but it's adding another layer of texture. So again, you can just take that. If you think it's too much for you, then you can just knock it back a bit more like that. And I just use the bits that I've got, so if I don't want it too dark in places, I've got these really lovely now textures going on. Okay, so you can see now you've got all this texture going on in there. Yeah. Each time you do it will be different, obviously. You know, if you want to pull back a bit more, bring in a bit more lighter like this here, a little bit lighter there to bring some shadowing in, then you can, you know, because you've got lighter colours underneath. So you can just rub a little bit back and then you've got that. Okay? So obviously each time you do it, it's going to look different. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to do the stencil. Now the way I did the stencil on this was I just took basically half of the stencil. Now it's funny how you know which way you want to do it. So I took it to about there and did half. And you can start here if you wanted to and leave the top bit, but I quite like that. It's this way. I knew it was. There we go. So now what you need to do is, if you've ever had stone paste, you need to give it a good stir. Now mine's already had a good stir, so I'm okay about it. I'm even going to clean my palette knife. Look, I've got a clean palette knife. Okay, so you do need to give it a good stir when you get it, because they have a layer of water sitting on the top usually. Right, all I'm going to do, you can't see this anyway, is I'm going to basically, you don't need it halfway or anything like that, I'm just doing it. And I love this effect. Now there's something about this paste, I don't know what it is, the effect it gives you on the different surfaces is just different. It's got like a grit feel, it's very soft, they come in different colours and each colour will be different as in its consistency, so be aware if you've had some, then you need to just be aware of that. So that's one side done. It's as easy as that. Okay, just lift that off, I didn't even put it down. Now, I'll hold that because I just want to scrape the edge off. Now can you see that, how beautiful that is? See, it's lovely, isn't it? So we've still got a little bit to do yet. Oh, got a big dollop of it there, but that doesn't matter because I've got to come back in and do this anyway like this. Thought I had a piece there. That was a little bit when I was doing it. I thought it was sticking to my stencil. So we do want these bits to have a little bit of an edge. I'm going to show you a technique with this in a minute as well. Okay, because we don't want them blank. Right, and then what I did was I did it the other way round. So it doesn't really matter. It's up to you how you want to do it. And again, just take your stone paste, take it in. And to wash your stencil, just put it straight into water. And I just love this. This looks lovely on pots. So to recycle, this is a brilliant product. On furniture, really, it's got this beautiful texture. And mixing them, you get some really nice effects as well. So, I love it. I have lots and lots of different colours in it. Oh yes, it would, Jill, that's right. It would look really, really lovely. Okay, I'm just going to lift that side as well. I always want to put the stencil in my mouth. I don't think that's a good look. I'm just going to put my hand in it. So let me just put that down, because I'm just going to, and I'm just going to put this into water, so bear with me 1 second. Right, I just wanted to, see, I'm being good today. Just wanted to put it into water because I know that if I don't, I'll have a very, very grey stencil. What I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the stone paste, which I seem to be getting everywhere, by the way, and just add it, oops, maybe not too that much, and then just add it to fill these gaps in really on the top, because I want it still to have a bit of texture, not too thick. So can you see now, when we dry that, you'll see the magic. Let me first wipe this spatula clean. Oh, I'm hoping I'm going to get it clean. Oh, my fingers are so dirty. Get this clean, because I want a clean spatula and not a dirty one. So this is what Pip does, doesn't she? She stands here cleaning and cleaning. So I've sort of got the itch. It's because all my spatulas are looking like this. That's not a good look, by the way. So I'm trying to be really, really good. Otherwise, I get through a spatula a day if I have to do it like that. Oh God, my dad would be so proud. He cleans all his so beautifully. So does Pip. I'm the only one in the family who's a mucky pup when it comes to cleaning these things. Right, so that's beautiful now. I'm happy with that. I'll take this and throw it this way. Right, let's start off with, rather than putting my fingers into everything, let's do a bit of drying on this. Oh, my gun has overheated. Let me go and get another one. Right, they do overheat. I think it might be the weather as well. Let me see if this one's going to work for me. I was going to have to ask Paul to give me a new one. That'd be good. So all I'm doing is drying that. Oops. My monitor's gone off. Not sure why. Scanning for signal. Oh, hi Vasilis. Oh, that's lovely to have you on board. Oh, I hope everything's okay with you. I still owe you lots of products from the new range, which I am getting together. Don't worry, Judith, I can be really messy too. I'm not at home. I'd like to think I have a very tidy house. But yeah. So, the stone paste is lovely. I know, Vasilis, I know you're waiting, sweetheart. I need to send them to you. This is one of the new collections. Vasilis did some lovely workshops for us. He has his own Art Moments group as well, and I know a lot of you also watch him on there. So please, do take a look there as well. So it's still damp. It's still a little bit wet, but not too bad. Okay, so I just need it to dry a little bit more, because obviously I don't want it too wet. While it is still a little bit wet, what you can do is take the stamps that we have. So this one, I'm going to take, my monitor's gone off so I can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, thank you, Vasilis. We've launched quite a few and we've got some new ones coming out. Jill's very kindly been working with them, but I'll promise I will send you a box of goodies. I feel very bad because we've just been a bit behind. So, and also I know you hadn't been very well. So what you can do is if it's still damp, you can actually push the stamp into it and get a little bit. But just be aware to clean your stamps thoroughly afterwards. Okay? So I just need to clean that. What will happen is if it does get stuck, it will dry and then you can just pull it off. Okay? So you can do that technique with the stamps. Right, next thing I want to do now, I do want it to dry a little bit more, but we're okay. My monitor's gone off, Paul.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, you're not to know. So all I'm going to do is am I off the screen? I'm taking the Versamark and I'm just going to take the stamp and then just stamp on randomly, just using part of the stamp. Yeah. And there we go. It's because I did the heat gun. And I think it didn't like me, overheated my heat gun today. So I'm just taking this, it's just stamped randomly again, as you know, and I'm just taking that, I'm putting it on there, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm taking this beautiful, this is the Mica Powders that we used the other day, and I'm just taking that, and I'm going to just put it on here. Just going to flick a little bit on. Obviously, wherever it's wet, it's going to stick to it, by the way. So just be aware of that. So if your paste hasn't dried properly, then that's what's going to happen. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it, tap it in. Just be careful. Thank you. Just love these colours. And so, obviously, if you're at home, you'll have more time to dry this. So I'm just lifting it from there. We've got it all there. There we go. So it's a really nice technique, and I love it with the texture of the stone paste. And I just love this effect. Let me just show you. I mean, you don't have to use as much powder as I've used, but it's just because. But can you see that's coming together now? Right, so the next thing I did, what you can do is just take a cloth, just make sure it is dry, because what you're going to do is smudge it all if it isn't. Just be a little bit gentle, or let it dry thoroughly, that'd be better. And then all I'm going to do is just rub that down. I think it's such a simple technique, but very, very effective. And I haven't played with stone paste for ages. Need to win the lottery. So can you see how that, on each time it'll catch the light, it will be different. So you've got one there, I haven't finished yet, but can you see how they are slightly different because that hasn't got white wax on it yet. But when I put the white wax on, you'll see that they'll come up together. And it's amazing how much of a little bit of difference white wax can make to the two pieces. Again, this has got more brown on it, this has got more green on it. So different times, different bits. So we're going to take the finishing wax by Pentart. And as you all know, we love the Pentart products. And both Vasilis and Jill are ambassadors for Pentart as well. So can you see how I'm now going to take that in? And not everywhere, I'm not going to put white everywhere, but I'm going to start to highlight and push that in. Maybe on the roses. So just catching it now and again. So it's a really nice way to work with these products. If you put too much down, just quickly take your baby wipe and just move it out. Okay. I like to put it on the mat first. And if you want to break this bit down, that bit in the middle is bugging me a little bit because I feel it's just
in the middle. But what I would do is it would be this way, and I would actually put the writing here and then put a really nice sentiment across there. I don't have one there, but I could do one. So can you see how that now starts to come together? So easy, such an easy technique, but can be done on so many surfaces, so many different ways in terms of the colours you use. Works really well with the collection, works really well with this stencil. And you can see we've got some really nice. So I'm going to leave that. I could add more white to it if I wanted to, but I might add a little bit more white on this. I haven't got as much white on this one as I have on the other one. So I do want a bit more white. And it's just where you want to highlight it, so it doesn't have to be everywhere. Just felt like it didn't have enough highlights. And I'm going to put the white splashes on as well. So you can just get a real good feel for this, of how that can look. Just going to polish that off a little bit. And you can start to see, you know, how quickly and how easy that is to create that. But I'm just going to do the white splashes just to show you, by doing the white splashes, how quickly you can make it look the same. Okay, I'm just going to use a white primer to do that. So put all my paintbrushes in water. You will see that all my colours have always got colours. Even my white's got colour in it. Now you could do the crackle stamp on this, you could put something else on this. So all I'm going to do is just splatter a little bit. Make sure your brush is clean. Don't do anything like Dali, which will cover the whole surface. But I really love this technique. And I think it makes a really nice journal cover. It makes a really nice background to build a composition on. You know, you could use this and then add some of those bits on. Put some on that one as well. Then if you wanted to use your primer to highlight more, you could do. So you can see that that's what you're going to get. That's right, yeah, Jill, we do have our 15 colours. I don't know if they're on our website. I said this last time, but we have, look, we have loads of colours and they're beautiful. We've got iridescence, we've got all sorts. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't even know if I'm in camera. So hopefully that's given you some inspiration today. Look, that's the one I've just done. That's the one I did yesterday. And then that will become my front and my back. And what I can do and this is lovely because it's so nice texture on it, it's unbelievable. Now you can put your waxes on that. And then what I would do is on the inside, what you could do, I'm just having a look, what have I got? You could take either the rice paper or the paper, and then you could just matte and layer that on. And you would see that then, when you did that, so you might want to go this way, then obviously like that, and then put that one there. You can always matte and layer it on there as well. And then you would have a really beautiful, I'd put black paper down and then I'd matte and layer that so you got a really nice edge. And then you could start building your pages inside that. If you want to keep it a little bit more plain, then you can keep it a little bit more plain. But can you see how, using any of these papers, you would be able to create a beautiful inside cover? It feels lovely. Thank you, Rosalie. Thank you, everybody, on that. But yeah, so it was just to show you today a very quick technique using the new stencil
You could also, if you wanted to, you could, I think this rice paper, these are the 3 rice papers that go with the collection. If you wanted to, you could also use, in fact you could probably use the rice paper this way, and again when you were to open that out it would look absolutely beautiful. And you've seen me do different techniques with the rice paper, so there's lots of different techniques, but it just shows you very simply with using a bit of stone paste, a couple of products, you can create that lovely effect. I mean, you could even, I mean I know I can't now, but you could actually put that circle bit on the front, on top. I'm just thinking I can't do that now, but if I could, then I would put that circular bit with that clock bit here on the front, and it would look amazing. So that's another way to do it. I feel like I want to lift it off and do it now. But so you could do that. I'll probably do that and then put a picture up. But that's everything for today. So don't forget to do the channel challenge for, thank you Ida, thank you Jayashri, don't forget to do the challenge for May, which is green. Congratulations to all the winners, and don't forget to sign up for your workshops, which are on the 30th of May and the 16th of May. So there's 2 very different ones. One's using the ShokART ink, which was the first launch of the big steampunk A3. And then the second one is doing the Rustic Paris using rice papers. So just let us know, and if you've got any questions or anything, but thank you so much. Yes, Rosalie, I do have a list. Oh, thank you, Vasilis. You're very kind. And please have a look at Vasilis and Jill's site. So there you go. So I'm really pleased that you like it all. Thank you very much, everybody, and I will see you. If I've forgotten anything, thank you. I like to try and inspire, but it doesn't always happen. If I've forgotten anything or anything, please message Pip or I, and we'll do the best that we can to help. But please have a look at the new collections and any collections that you may have missed. We have run short on the ShokART ink pad, the large one, but the rest we still have some in stock. So we've run out of You Make Me Happy as well. So thank you very, very much, and have a lovely evening, and I will see you all on Thursday, and we'll post some inspiration. Thank you, Vasilis. Thank you, Jill, for your samples. Thank you for everybody who's already purchased the collection, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.